Kakadosh Boker Tov. Morning, we're going to continue with Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph 33a1. Okay, so we're starting on the top, where basically what happened is that if you remember on the bottom of Lamed Bet Amud Bet, we said Amar Rav Nachman Bereder of Meshasha, Rav Yitzchak Bereder of Meshasha came and he said, Hacha beilan anoteh chutz arba amot askinim. We're talking about the ilan was outside of the arba amot, which means the trunk. You remember here? I'm going to share the screen with you. It's this picture. Yeah? You remember? So here we said that Eruv Tchumin is outside of the Arbamot, and you wanted to come and you wanted to do Shvita here on the Karo of the tree. So this is the tree, okay? And it's outside of the Arbamot. That's where you put the Eruv Tchumin. Okay? So now comes the Gemara and says, Umay lemata, umay lemala. Right? Umay lemala, umay lemata. What does it mean then, above and below? Yeah, if the Mishnah is talking about that you put the eruv on a branch, so what does it mean when it says natru beilan lemala ma'asrat tvachim above or below 10 tvachim? Right, the anaf, right, which is the branch, is going straight, or it's either going up or it's going down. But what's going on? So says the Gemara, the hadar zakif. Afterwards, the end is that it does go upwards, meaning at the end the tree does go upwards above the 10 tvachim. Which means it's not only talking about the branches going outside of the V'dalad Amot, it's also at the end going upwards as well. Okay? Fine. So the Gemara says, V'hayi bae, yeah, mighty le derech alav. What does that mean exactly? He could bring it through the branch, which means he could go on the tree, take the eruv, which is in a reshut yachid, okay, which that's on the branch, which is above the 10 tvachim, and then bring it through the air of the karmelit, right, which is basically on the tree, to the bottom, which that's the reshut yachid. And therefore, since it's considered reshut yachid and it goes all the way to the top, yeah, the eruv is in one place. Look, everyone look over here, this picture. Everyone's watching? Yeah, we just started Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph. Okay, for everyone that just joined. We just started Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph. We said at the top of the page, if you remember yesterday, we finished off by saying this picture, that basically what we're talking about is that the tree is outside of the 70 amot of the city. You have the 4 by 4 tfachim, which this is where you're going to be koneh shvita, where you're going to get your makom, but you put the Eruv Tchumin up here, which is a reshut yachid. Since it's outside of the 4 amot over here, so therefore, it's going to be a problem. So he said, but then what's the explanation of lemala lemata, up and down? So he said, it's not only going out, it's also at the end, it's going higher. It's going up. So therefore, since it's going up, right, that's what it says over here. See, this is the 10 tfachim. So since it goes up at the end, so therefore, it's not only that it's just going out, it's going up. Okay? Now, here in this picture, right, it's a little bit different. Why? Here, what we're trying to say is that it goes, 4 amot goes up, right, upwards, if you remember, which means, right, in the Reshut Yachid, this is 4 amot. Okay, this is the 4 amot. And after the 4 amot, it's going to go all the way up to the Shamayim. Because the Reshut Yachid goes up to the Shamayim. Okay, it goes all the way up to the heavens. So it says over here, so what happens? If he wants, what he could do is he could climb up the tree here, take his Eruv Tchumin, which is up here, okay, which this is again Karmelit, this is what we're saying over here, and bring it downwards, right, over here. Since the Reshut Yachid comes up to here, so it should be okay. Everyone understood the case? Again, he could go up to the tree and take his Eruv, which is found in the Reshut Yachid, okay, because since it's above 10 Tfachim, it's Reshut Yachid, bring it through the Karmelit, right, which is the Avir, into the bottom of the tree, and that bottom of the tree is considered what? Is considered the Reshut Yachid because it goes up to the Shamayim. So answers the Gemara, Kesherabim mechatfin alav. What does that mean? Here it is. Kesherabim mechatfin alav means that a lot of people, they come and they put on the bottom part, they put a whole bunch of things over here.
On the branch.
On the branches, which is over here. Okay? So therefore, this branch now becomes the Reshut Rabim. So if this branch is now Reshut Rabim. So when you put the Eruv on this part of the branch above 10 Tfachim, Eruv is not an Eruv because he cannot bring it to this part. Meaning, he put it here. What do we want to say? We want to say that you want to take it downwards to the Reshut Rabim. He says, no, this is considered Reshut Rabim.
But when you put it on the base of the tree, that's it. You did the whole trees and the branches to be in Eruv, no?
No, but here, what we're trying to say is that since a lot of people come, this is a random guy in the Reshut Rabim. Since this random guy comes in the Reshut Rabim and he starts putting things on the tree, so now this part of the tree, this part of the branch becomes a Reshut Rabim. You see, look, right here. This little tiny piece here. That's why it says over here, that's why there's lines here. These lines is the Reshut Rabim. So now if this little part is the Reshut Rabim, I cannot take it from the Reshut Yechid to the Reshut Yechid. This is now Reshut Rabim, so now it's a problem. Okay? By the way, you could see here, I don't know if you see it properly or not. Maybe I have to zoom in more.
No, that's good.
You see, this is the line going down right here. And this is the Reshut Rabim, but this guy comes and he starts putting things here. Okay?
Right.
Daled Amot squared. Here you have the going up to the Shamayim basically. And then again here, if you're going to go down the Reshut Yechid to the Reshut Rabim, is a problem. Here we were saying it's going from the Reshut Yechid to a Karmelit and then to the Reshut Yechid. So that would have been okay. But here, once it's going to the Reshut Rabim, it's a problem. Okay? So says the Gemara. Kideula, like Ula, Damar Ula says, Amut Isha Birshut Rabim, Rabim Mechatfin Alav, Vezerak Venatan Gabav Chayav, which means that if you have 9 Tfachim, and that's here, this is Amud 9 Tfachim. And then what happens is after the 9 Tfachim, right, you have an Amud, right? That's, for example, 9 Tfachim, and in the Reshut Rabim. And then a lot of people come and they put it on top of the Amud. So then if you're going to throw something on top of that, it's going to be Chayav. So you see from here, it's the same thing. This is the 9 Tfachim. This is like where people are putting it on top of it. So now this is going to be considered the Reshut Rabim. If you're going to throw something on top of this, you're going to be Chayav. Okay? My Rabbanan, my Rebbe, my Rabbanan. What is Rebbe, what is Rabbanan? The time we learned to the right, if somebody put it on a tree above 10 Tvachim, it's not a good Eruv. Lemata me'asarat Tvachim, if it's below 10 Tvachim, okay, if it's going to be below 10 Tvachim, Eruv, it is an Eruv. Ve'asur litelo, yeah, ve'asur litelo, this is Tosot. Ve'asur litelo, here, okay, we're going to see here. Okay? So again, it's no belan lamala me'asarat tvachim and eruv. Lemata me'asarat tvachim below 10 tvachim eruv. Ve'asur litelo, you're not allowed to take it. Betoch shelosha, if it's within 3 tvachim from the karka, mutar litelo. Netano bekalkala, this is the kalkala. Right? Utlao ba'ilan, you put it on the tree. Afilu lamala me'asarat tvachim, even if it's going to be above 10 tvachim, this is 10 tvachim. And here's the kalkala, the basket, and it's on the tree. Eruv. This is a good eruv according to Rebbe. Chachamim omrim, Chachamim say kol makom she'asur litlo eruv. You cannot take it from there, so then it's not a good eruv.
I can get that one that's betoch shlosha tvachim.
Which one? No, that was before this case of the kalkala was the 3 tvachim. Yeah, one more time. Beforehand was nitano beilan lamala me'asar tvachim. You put it on the tree above 10 tvachim, it's not an eruv because since you cannot bring it down, so therefore it's not a good eruv. If it's below 10 Tvachim, it's a Karmelit, and therefore it is an Eruv. But you're not allowed to take it from there, right? But if you put it from 3 Tvachim from the ground, you are allowed to take the Eruv from there, even on Shabbat itself. Okay, because there's no Isur to use a tree from 3 Tvachim downwards. Okay, that means basically like the trunk of the tree, the bottom part of the tree, 3 Tvachim, you're allowed to use the tree. I don't know if it's this picture. No, this is 4 Tvachim. But it's 3 Tvachim from down here, 3 Tvachim. Okay? Fine. Nitano bekalkala utlao bailan. That's this picture. If you took it on a kalkala, you put it in a kalkala and you tied it up to the tree. Even if it's going to be above 10 tvachim, it's a good eruv. Okay, the Gemara is going to explain why. These are the words of Rabbi. Chachamim say, if you cannot take it from there, so you're not allowed, it's not a good eruv. So says the Gemara, okay, as follows, right? Chachamim omrim ahai. What is the Chachamim going on? Maybe you're going to tell me it's going on the Seif Alem Rabbanan Sadim Asurim. Right? You're going to tell me that you're not allowed to use also the sides of the tree as well, not only the tree in itself, but even the sides. But this kalkala now is like the sides. Ela reisha, obviously it's going on the reisha. But if you put it above and below the 10 tfachim in the actual tree in itself. So says the Gemara, what's the case of the tree? If you're going to tell me that you don't have 4x4 mekom turu, so then it's considered mekom tur. And if it does have 4x4 tfachim, right? So what do I care now that you're putting it in a kalkala? What does that help? At the end of the day, the kalkala is also considered like a reshut yachid. So you're not allowed to take it from there. So Ravina says, reisha, right? The reisha is talking about where you do have 4x4. Right? The Seifa and the Seifa is talking about that you do not have 4x4. The Chalkala Mashlimato Arba and the Kalkala itself is finishing up to the Arba, which means like this. The Reisha is talking about that when you do have 4x4 Tfachim, and therefore it's considered a Reshut Yachid, and therefore it's not a good Eruv, because since it's a Reshut Yachid, you cannot take it from the Reshut Yachid and bring it to the Reshut Rabim. The Seifa, which we said that you put in a Kalkala or on the tree, is talking about above 10 Tfachim. Therefore, it is a good Eruv. But what? But we're not talking about where you have 4x4. So if it's still considered Reshut Yachid. And the Kalkala itself is going to be mashlim to 4x4. Okay? Lamed Gimel Amud Bet. You see, here it is.
It will be below.
Yeah. Look, the Leb Be'arba'a v'Kalkala mashlimato l'arba'a. Here you have 10 tfachim. Here's 2 tfachim and 2 tfachim. Now the Kalkala is mashlim to arba tfachim. Okay, and here's the Eruv Tchumin. So that's what it says here. Right? So it says the Gemara, Verebi savala kerebi meir de'amar chokekin lashlim. Sorry. Verebi savala kerebi meir ve'savala kerebi Yehuda. What does that mean? He says savala kerebi meir yoza kerebi meir de'amar chokekin lashlim, which means we look at it kilu nechkak hakotel v'nishlam shiur petach, as if to say that it's going to be that you finish the petach, and therefore you're going to be chayav in a mezuzah. Let's see if you have a picture here. No, there's a mud gavoa. No, you don't have it. You remember what chokekim was? Chokekim was that, for example, you have a door, but it's not big enough, wide enough. So what do? You cut out part of the door, and now that's called chokekim lashlim, which means you're being mashlim the shiur of the petach in order to be chayav a mezuzah. So to here, we are looking kilu nechka ilan in the place where the kalkala is, in order to finish the 4 tfachim by 4 tfachim. The Sabbalah Kereb Yehuda and Yehoza Kereb Yehuda. The Amar Ba'inan Eruv al Gabe Makom Arba Veleka, because you need the Eruv on top of 4 tfachim by 4 tfachim, right? In order for the Eruv to be kasher, and you don't have that. Okay, so my Rabbi Yehuda, what is Rabbi Yehuda? The Tanya was learned in a bright that Rabbi Yehuda says, Naatz Korah B'Reshut Rabim. If you're going to place a Korah in the Reshut Rabim, Eniach Eruvo Alea, and you place an Eruv on it, Gavoa Asara Ruchava Arba, which the height is 10 tfachim and Ruchava Arba, Eruvo Eruv, it is a good Eruv. In love, and if not, En Eruvo Eruv, it is not a good Eruv. So says the Gemara, Adra, but the opposite. Hu ve'eruvo b'makom echad. He and the Eruv is in the same place. Elachi Kama, but this is what it means to say. Gavoa Asara Tzil Shiu B'Rosh Arba, when it's going to be Gavoa Asara, 10 tvachim high, you need that it should be Rosha Arba'a. You need that the top part should have 4 by 4 tvachim. En Gavoa Asara, if it's not going to be Asara, En Tzarich Sheyeh B'Rosha Arba'a. You do not need that B'Rosha, it's going to be Arba'a by 4 by 4 tvachim. Okay? So if it's 10 tvachim tall, you need that the top part, should be 4 tfachim by 4 tfachim. And the reason why is because the eruv has to be somewhere chashuv. So you need the 4 by 4. Okay, and if not, it's not a good eruv. But if it's not tall 10 tfachim, so then you don't need it. But since it's going to be below 10 tfachim, so the eruv is placed as let's say on the karka, not in the middle of the air. So therefore, the karka is a makom chashuv. Let's see, this is Tosfot Kalkala. No. Okay. So Kiman, what does this go like? So says the Gemara. Says the Gemara Kiman, the local Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda, not like Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda. The time was learned to write that Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda says, Naatz kaneh b'reshut rabim. If you put a kaneh in the reshut rabim, this is it. Here's the kaneh. You put in the Reshut Rabim. Okay? V'niach b'roshot taskal. This is the taskal. It's like a shelf. So you put the kaneh, the reed in the Reshut Rabim, and now you have the shelf on top. Okay? V'zarach v'nach al gabav. Then you threw something on Shabbat, right, from the Reshut Rabim and it landed on top of it. You're going to be chayav. But you threw from Reshut Rabim to Reshut Yachid. Here it says that we say gudachit mechitzata, which means that we say that it goes down the mechitza, meaning that around, since it's cut here 4 by 4, it's as if that the mechitza goes down and therefore it's all enclosed. Okay, that's called gudachit. Achit is going down and asik is going up. So it says afilu tema Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda. Even if you're going to tell me it's like Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda, hata madram mechitzata. There the mechitzot is what's making it apply. By hacha, by here, by the kalkala, right? There's no mechitzot. Meaning there's no mechitzot by a kalkala. Yiniach b'roshot taskal. That's the next case now.
But an awkward place to put them.
So says the Gemara. Okay, Rabbi Yirmiyah says, Shani kalkala v'yachol lindota. He says it's different to kalkala, the basket, because since the kalkala is very long, what you could do is that you could actually come without even taking it off the tree. You could tilt it, right, and bring the Rosh kalkala to you within the Asarat Tfachim, right, of the Reshut Rabim. So Yativ Rav Papa v'Kamala Shmata. So comes Rav Papa and he was saying the following thing: Eitvei Rav Bar Shiva Rav Papa. So asks Rav Bar Shiva to Rav Papa, Keitzad will say, how do you do it exactly? Molicho Barishon, you're going to take it, Barishon, right, on the Erev Yom Arishon, which means Erev Yom Tov, Umachshi Chalav, and then you're going to wait until the nighttime, in order that you're Konesh Vita, right, Venotlo, and then you're going to take it, Uvalo Bashani, and then you're going to take on the Erev Yom Hashani, which is Erev Shabbat, right, Umachshi Chalav, and then again you wait until it becomes nighttime. Then Ve'ochel, then what you're going to do is you're going to eat, right, because now you can't take it back to your house because it's already Shabbat. So now you're going to eat it over there, right? Ubalo, and then you go back to your house. So it says Lamedaled Amud Aleph 3041. Amai why? Neima Kevin di Bayam Tuye Matzi Mamtile. Says since, right? If he wanted to, he could have stayed there until Beresh Vashot. So Afa Gavdulu Amtiye, even though he didn't wait there and he didn't stay in his house until Beresh Vashot, Keman de Amtiye Dame. It's like he was there in the same place. That's what we're trying to say. Let me just see here if there's anything. It's Lamed Daled Amud Aleph. And this is Rashi. Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll stop here. And Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll continue tomorrow morning.